What's up, Amiibros? I'm here with a brand new custom amiibo tutorial. Today we're going to make Mimikyu Pikachu, or Pikachu dressed up as Mimikyu. Today's custom amiibo tutorial is also a giveaway, so go ahead and comment below what Pokemon you'd like to see Mimified, as in what would you like to see Mimikyu wear instead of a Pikachu. The giveaway prize will be a custom amiibo from the last DIY, so that is Bullet Bill from Mario Odyssey. The winner will be chosen Friday, so make sure you comment, like, and subscribe in order to enter, so all three. Good luck, guys. Okay, so grab your black felt and go ahead and cut a circle. You also want to cut a small circle in the middle. By doing so, you leave room for his head so you can pop out. And make sure, of course, you use your super glue and glue that sucker down. Be very generous with your super glue. Okay, so make sure you press down so that this is attached, and you can even pull it down as well so you can try to get it in the shape that you want. If you don't want the dress to be too poofy, there are definitely ways where you can just glue it to his sides a little bit more. You also want to trim the radius of the circle to make sure that everything is even, because we're going to be adding triangles and cutting out the shapes that you see on Mimikyu. So when it comes to this part, definitely take your time. You can draw it out if you want, or you can eyeball it. I simply eyeballed it, but again, if you take your time, it's going to turn out looking amazing. So please, please don't get too frustrated. So once you have the desired look, go ahead and grab your X-Acto because it is time to trim Pikachu down. So of course, I hope you already removed his tail, and if you didn't, please remove that now because we're about to remove his ears as well. So be careful when you're using X-Acto, of course. It is very sharp, and trust me, I've cut myself a lot of times to know this. So please be careful, and yes, the ears will fly everywhere. So get your fabric ready, and this one I got at Michael's, and it was really cheap. You can even find this in the Walmart section. Just grab anything that looks like basically a potato sack. Once you've cut out a piece, go ahead and cut it out again, but make sure it's a big enough half circle. By cutting a half circle, it's easier to work with, and it's not so much fabric too. And when you glue it around Pikachu's head, it tends to be a lot closer to his skin. This part you will definitely need to trim and kind of work around it. Try to get the shape that you want, and once you do have that shape, go ahead and glue it down as well. Press hard and make sure that you keep your fingers there until it is glued on his face. Make sure you aren't missing any of these parts. You need to grab your potato sack fabric, the 2 ears, Pikachu's tail, and of course the base. So now grab your potato sack fabric, and it is time to make the skirt. So when it comes to this skirt, make sure that you also cut it into a circle, and you also cut the radius into a circle as well. Once you've done so, it is time to, of course, glue it onto Pikachu. So it's the same case when it comes to the black felt. You want to make sure that you're generous with the super glue. You don't want this one to come off for sure. This is the most important. And if it's too big or if it doesn't fit the way you want it, don't forget you can always glue it down to his sides. So try to work with the fabric as much as possible, and when you are ready, it is time to cut the triangles. So this part is a lot easier because you have the black triangles to help you out. So again, these triangles are going to be in between the black felt. Now, when you are done, it is time to go ahead and glue on Pikachu's body parts that we did cut off. So glue on his ears and his tail. I did glue his tail on later into the tutorial, but you can glue it on right now if you wanted to. When I came up with this design, I imagined Pikachu wearing basically a onesie of Mimikyu, so go ahead and cut the triangles on top of the hood as well. Make sure that you have a triangle right in the middle. I think it looks better that way, but it's up to you. So super glue has definitely been our best friend throughout this whole custom amiibo process. Again, be generous. You don't want anything falling off, and that includes Pikachu on the base. Once our rodent is secure on his base, go ahead and grab your polymer clay. I tend to use Super Sculpey. It is definitely my favorite so far, but I know everyone has different preference. It is definitely up to you, but go ahead and make his small little arms. Keep in mind you have a lot of tools available for you, even your fingernails. So if you find anything difficult, you can even use a pin to kind of make the details that you need. So again, you don't have to have him in this kind of pose. I decided to make him look a little sneaky, but it's definitely up to you. This is your custom, be creative. Once you get the desired look with the hands, go ahead and grab the potato sack fabric because it's time to cover them. So go ahead and be very generous with the super glue. Once you're all finished, make sure you trim the ends and you also super glue it to Pikachu, because when you are done with this step, it is time to go ahead and paint him. So go and grab your modeling paint or acrylic, whatever you tend to use, and make sure that you cover Pikachu's face. That's if you want to change his expression. If not, you can definitely leave it alone. Either way, you're still going to need to paint his arms, so make sure that you paint his arms. You also will still need your paint, so grab that black and red paint because we still need to incorporate Mimikyu. So of course you're going to need to paint his eyes, his cheek, and his mouth. He still has a couple of remaining details, so again, take your time, be patient, it'll turn out looking amazing. Now when it comes to painting fabrics, of course you're going to have to add layers. Otherwise, it's not going to show as much. So even though I don't show you the whole process, I definitely had to add a lot of layers just so that the black would show up on the fabric. So if you did happen to paint, of course, Pikachu's face, go in and add those remaining details. I decided to have him winking. I thought it was a really cute pose, but of course, it is totally up to you, whatever you want to do, be creative. And if you do happen to make this tutorial or any of my other tutorials, please don't forget to send me a picture on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. I would love to see it, and hashtag it @MissGandaKris or @MissGandaKrisDIY. Don't forget, Amiibros and Amigals, this is a giveaway video, so go ahead and comment below what you'd like to see Mimified. Don't forget to like and subscribe, of course, to be entered into the contest. Thanks again for the support. I will see you guys next time.